Welcome to this week's episode of Phoenix TV, the show that brings you Manchester and D-Side's fastest and most exciting sports team, the Manchester Phoenix. I've got Anna Corrigan with me. I'm back this week. I'm human again.
As in the land of the living.
We read in the programme ahead of tonight's game, we were all a little bit worse for wear, and I was not camera fit last week.
I was fine. I don't know what yours was. I was fine. You didn't show. Luke didn't show. It was a bad weekend last weekend for the choir boys.
Not good. I do apologise.
Raised an awful lot of money for the team.
We did.
What was important.
Which
the
hangovers
were worth it.
Worth it, absolutely. Being that close to death, not too bad. Less about us, more about the hockey. Tough weekend.
Yes.
We've played 2 games already. We were in Sheffield on Friday night, and we travelled all the way to Milton Keynes last night. So we'll talk about Friday. Tough one to lose on penalties. 5-all, I think, all the way through. Not the start we want going into a 3-game weekend.
No, it's always tough when you know you've kind of got 3 big games ahead. You know, you read on Twitter and in the media that footballers are complaining that they've kind of got 2 games in 10 days, and then we're playing 3 games on a bounce, and you think, really? But everyone, I think, that knows
£100 a week.
Knows my
Suck
view
it up.
on football. So yeah, you know, it must be tough going into that first game, knowing it's one of 3. Sheffield, fortunately, you know, not too far away. It was tough, you know. It's annoying to kind of have a 2-goal lead and then lose it, and then ultimately, you know, lose in overtime. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes.
Yeah, I think
and we're no strangers to that feeling, unfortunately. I think the boys
Absolutely.
did really well to hold on to it that long. It's just a shame that we couldn't give it that extra 2.
Yeah, obviously it's tough when you, as you say, we've got a 2-goal lead with like 3 minutes or something like that. So you know, there will be questions raised there. But a good point nonetheless to open the weekend. And then in Milton Keynes last night, where the miraculous happens.
Yeah.
What a win for the boys in overtime. Gone with 28 seconds to go. It seals the win. That's going to give us a huge confidence boost going into tonight.
Absolutely, and that's what matters. You know, it's the confidence that makes these games. You know, we say it week in, week out. It's been a horrendous season for us. You know, the boys are still getting used to it. Every other team has kind of had 3-4 months of playing as a full squad. We've had like 3 or 4
weeks.
games
Tops.
playing as a full squad. So the boys are still getting used to how each other are playing. Tony's changing the lines around. You know, we're icing a full third line, which is
for
nice.
once, which is nice. Yeah.
So actually, we're at now where every other team was in September.
In September, sure.
You know, I think anybody that kind of looked at the score sheet before we went to Milton Keynes was thinking, if we get anything out of this, it's going to be a bonus. And you know, we went ahead and won it, and I don't think anybody, no disrespect, would have kind of anticipated that.
No, we were definitely the underdog going into that, and I think the thing that we take from the last 2 games, I said a couple of weeks ago, we were struggling to create chances and shots on target and goals. That's 10 goals in 2 games.
Yeah.
Much better.
And again, last weekend was a very high-scoring weekend as well.
Yeah.
So, you know, the teams are just very evenly matched this season. We knew that, and it was a similar situation last season as well. You know, they're high-scoring games. It's not like 1-0, 2-1. You know, they are massive games, and our imports are racking up some serious numbers. Our Brits as well, but you know, the likes of Gron and Sartek and Kovar, you know, are doing incredibly well. And it's great to see. It's nice to see them gelling. And
it's good that it's starting to tick. All right, we could have done with it back in September, but as we say, we've had the problems that we've had on and off the ice.
3 out of 4 points. You know what? I'll take that. Tonight, you know, is going to be a tough game. The Basingstoke
Absolutely.
Bison
Well, let's talk about that a little bit. The Basingstoke Bison sat top of the league heading into tonight. I think regardless of what happens, we'll be top of the league heading out of tonight. It'd be good to beat this lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, it's sending a message, isn't it? Last night's win against Milton Keynes sent a message. Nobody expected us to win that. You know, if we can get a point or even 2 out of tonight, it's going to be similar. And, you know, people are going to start taking the Phoenix seriously again, which I think is what we need.
Absolutely.
You know, there's been a lot of ridicule, but we don't deserve it. The boys are working their absolute backsides off, excuse my language. You know, they deserve to get something out of it. And you know, if you could get kind of 5 out of 6 points, and we'll give Sheffield
if we can take 5 out of 6 points, I'm doing cartwheels all the way home. And on that note, let's go and watch some hockey.
The Phoenix are in white and red. The Bison are all in red. And it will be Robin Kovar and Rene Yarrelin to take the opening face-off. The Phoenix start with Kovar, Baronek and Wood, with Boothroyd and Neal on defence. And the first period is underway. It's the Bison who win the draw. Green at back to Mogg, who second time of asking gets the puck away to Reynolds, left side of the zone. Russell does a good job tying his man up. Karpov down to the ice. Good work though by Kieran Long behind the net to dispossess his man. One timer from Reynolds was deflected off Ben Russell, and Phone had to kick that right leg out. And Basingstoke can bring this away. It's Balmer who leads the rush, throws it. Phone waved the glove at it, didn't get there. Ryan Watt trying to force it in, and it has bundled its way in. Steve Fohn very, very slow to get back into position. I think he almost thought the puck was in his glove, but it wasn't. It bounced off the backboards, and Ryan Watt has fired it in at the near post. The Bison get the early goal with 2 minutes and 3 gone, and it's 0-1. Kovar steps inside. Tuwalski steps his way through. Alan Lack still going. Kovar pass was just too far ahead of Baranek, but he will pick this one up in the right-hand corner. Backhands it down low towards Kovar, who's forced into the boards by Karpov. Keeps the legs moving again. Nothing doing from Andy Miller. Reynolds trying to flip it round the boards. Kovar playing it across. Can Benwood get the backhander in? Yes, he can. It's chopped towards the net. Baston flailing around, and he manages to get the stick on it to just about knock it away. And Satek will just curl back, sweeps a pass through towards Gron. Satek says, give it to me, so he does. Nice first time pass to Hope, right hand side. Big shot into the glove of Baston. It went sort of whistled wide of the near post. Baston thought he had it, he didn't. The Bison will flip it up the boards. Gron keeps it alive at the blue line. Nice little step inside his man. Upended, has to be the game's first penalty, unfortunately. Little move by Stan Gron to get inside Alan Lack, who takes the feet from under him. The Phoenix have noticeably come into this game in the past couple of minutes, and they get the game's first power play. Puck banked around the backboards to Declan Barmer. He plays it across the zone, picked up off the boards by Baird, who fires a pass headlong, tips it, and then tries to do the splits and completely falls over in the centre circle. Kieran won't want to see that one on Phoenix TV this week. I hope it makes it past the editing room floor. Boothroyd will go back to this one. Cross-ice pass is a good one to Corson Heron. Satek will head towards the net. Can he get a tip? No, he can't. And Baston can paddle it away. Can Trent Hope knock it down? No, he can't. Barmer gets there and clears it away as far as Yarrelin. He'll skate this one into zone. He drops it back. Shot from Greener, and it's got through Steve Fohn and in. Nice little drop pass by Yarrelin, but Greener had far too much time and space as the Phoenix were on a line change, and he gets it off the inside of the left pad of Stephen Fohn through his legs, and with 4:27 to go in the first, Phoenix 0, Bison 2. Karpov trying to walk central, but the Phoenix get the sticks in there to knock the puck away, and down the ice they come 3-on-2. Kovar flipping it back towards Baranek, who keeps long out of the way, and the shot is straight into the glove of John Baston. He sweeps it round the boards to James Neal, who will walk in from the point, sweeps it across. Kovar, big shot saved made by Baston, and the rebound's chopped wide. It was Ben Wood who got his stick on it. Baranek looking to walk his way out front, plays it across, but it's in the skates of Thompson, and he can clear it away. The Bison control the puck. They are on the power play to start the second period, leading by 2-0, and they will bring it away with Yarrelin. Cross ice finds Connolly, who's not quite able to reel it in. But it played around the boards. Yarrelin able to control. Van Trober sends it back in deep. James Neal gets the stick in the way. Satek trying to reel it in. Van Trober looking to go D to D. Gron knocks it away. Connolly looking to get away from Trent Hope. Fires it off the backboards. It's come back towards Connolly in front. Save made by Fohn, and Thomas clears it off the line. Not able to find a man though, and away comes Michael Satek. Driving in down the left-hand side. Baird will force him wide. Barmer comes across. Satek spins off him though. Gron centering past Satek, trying to force it in, and he does! John Baston still has no idea where the puck is. He won't like what he sees when he turns around because it's behind him. Just enough of a gap between the pad and the post. And what did we say? When you go to the net, good things happen. Satek jams it in, and it's 1-2. To the ice he goes. Puck is scooped free. Long, good hit comes in. Baranek lined up. Kieran Longan sends his man down to the ice. The Bison have managed to knock the puck through. Good stick in the way though from Thomas. He kept that stick in the passing lane. 3-on-1 though for the Bison. Big shot from Long is off the arm of Stephen Fohn and bounces down off the plexi by Kurt Reynolds. He plays a long pass, nicely tipped through. Lack will race in. He's got Karpov going back door, and he scores. Well, the Phoenix pay the penalty for an appalling line change. It was not a good time to try and change at all. The Bison come in on the odd man rush, and Lack's pass is converted by Karpov. It's Phoenix 1, Bison 3. Just sort of delays at the red line, looking for a pass. Nice little turn away from Lack, and tries to skate past Tuwalski. He sweeps the puck down into the zone. Barmer sends it around the board. Corson Heron reads it though. Thomas looking to walk in. Big shot, and he scores! Out of nothing, Mark Thomas just took a couple of steps back and lets one go that flies over the blocker of John Baston. Was he unsighted? I don't know, but he got nothing anywhere near it. Tippy top corner from Tomo, and it's Phoenix 2, Bison 3. Thomas gets the stick in there though, and away he will come. He finds Hamer, left-hand side, who'll skate this one in. Tries the little toe drag, nicely drops it back. Hope cutting inside, lets the shot go, and John Baston with a terrific glove save. Ben Wood comes reaching in, but the Bison keep possession. Yarrelin Long this time fakes the one-timer. Greener, Yarrelin walking in and scores. Very nicely worked power play, you would have to say, by the Basingstoke Bison, as it was just held and held at the side of the net. Steve Fone is not happy with Andy Miller because he was knocked down to the ice during that penalty kill. So it's worked back to Luke Boothroyd on the Phoenix Blue line. He goes D to D to James Neal. And Neal finds Kovar, who's forced back by Joe Greener. Kovar tried to play the pass back to Boothroyd. The puck got stuck in another puddle, and so Kovar will just skate it all the way down the ice. Lovely little toe drag inside Kurt Reynolds, and he just flings it near side. Baston, I'm not sure what I got there, if it was under the crossbar, but unfortunately Robin Kovar just not able to apply the finish. But the magic hands, as always, of number 66. Plays it nicely to the left-hand side, which reeled in by Baronet. Karpov gets his stick in the way, but then loses his edge, and that allows Ben Wood to gain the zone. Cutting inside, shooting straight into the breadbasket of John Baston, who holds on for an easy whistle. Trying to play it out front. It was an awkward one off the skate for Joe Baird, but he keeps possession, and Connolly gets it down low towards Greener again, who looks to walk his way out front. Back door, and it's tapped in. Very nicely worked, as you say, by the Bison. Sean Thompson just left completely alone at the back post to guide it past the right pad of Stevie Fone. And with 13:59 to go in the third period, the Phoenix have a much steeper hill to climb. It's Phoenix 2, Bison 5. Greener's wide open in front. Puck comes to him off the side of the net, and he puts it wide. Barmer takes the hit from Baronet. The Bison keep possession. Connolly sweeps it down low towards the man in front, and it's another good chance for the Bison. They're just pulling the Phoenix this way and that in their own zone. Greener in the slot. Fone makes the stop. Connolly trying to turn and force the rebound in. Kovar gets in the way. It's a nice cross-ice pass to find Ben Wood. He's got Kovar and Neal with him. Dropped back towards Kovar, who makes a little dance once, twice, and scores! Terrific shot from Robin Kovar. Again, Baston looks behind himself as he didn't know where the puck was. Terrific screen in front as well from the big man Ben Wood. And the Phoenix pull one back with 5:47 to go. It's Phoenix 3, Bison 5. Nice pass to find Wood, centre ice. He drops it back, and away comes Martin Baronek down the left-hand side. Little step inside, Joe Baird still going, goes for the sharp angle effort, and Baston gets tight on the post. And Kieran Long will just gain the red line, fires it into the glove of Stephen Fone, who drops it for James Neal. He sweeps it up the board. Haymarado Flaherty ahead of him. If he'd got his head up and looked for the pass, he couldn't quite do it. Kieran Long will try and get one last shot away, but it won't go. And the Basingstoke Bison will make it 6 out of 6 on the season against the Manchester Phoenix. But at the end of 3 games in 3 days, it was a courageous effort by the home team.
Okay, folks, here we are, post-game down in the tunnel. Unfortunately, a 5-3 defeat for the Phoenix, but not a loss to be ashamed of by any means.
Not at all. I think the boys did really, really well, and you know, there were various points in the game tonight I actually thought we were going to have it. Some of their goals were a little bit jammy. Some of them were very, very skillful. Mark Thomas's goal was absolutely unreal.
A sublime goal. A sublime goal from Mark Thomas, and arguably a better one from Robin Kovar dancing through the slot and goes bar down top shelf. But I think the thing that sort of we didn't get out of the traps fast enough today, and we find ourselves 2-0 down, and against a team like Basingstoke that work really hard and they've got strength in depth all the way through that roster, we were always up against it after the first.
Yeah, absolutely. The beginning of each of those periods, we were looking a little bit slow. Picked it up kind of at the 8-9 minute point, but by that point, you know, it's a little bit too late. But you know what? Again, you know, we said it at the start. This is their 3rd game on the bounce. You know, there's absolutely no judgment there for me. I think the boys did crack into, you know, to keep it that close.
To a 2-goal game, absolutely. I mean, we looked tired towards the end of the third. Obviously, Robin gets the goal, and we're 2 goals in it with sort of 5 minutes to go. And you know, with all the best will in the world, we just had nothing left in the tank to go and chase that tie.
No, but what was nice to see was, you know, all of the players from all the lines were putting points on the board, and assist by Phil Heyman, well-deserved man of the match, assist by Jacob, you know, goals by Mark Thomas, goals by Kovar. Everybody was kind of
chipping in. It's good.
Their thing, and it was nice to see that, you know, that kind of mix instead of it
exactly.
just being your import scoring every time.
It's exactly what we said at the top of the show. You know, we're at a stage now that everybody else was back in September. Lines are starting to gel. We can see it. I don't think we swapped the lines all that much today. It seemed fairly straightforward. First, all the way through third line. The D partners were relatively the same all the way through as well. Yep. And it was good to see systematic hockey starting to work. You know, the third line getting the puck in deep, holding it in, grinding it out, getting your first line out there to put points on the board.
Yeah,
Good.
absolutely. Sticking to Tony's game plan.
Yeah.
You know, which we've not had the ability to do before, because there's always been something that's happened. Obviously, quickly to mention, it's a shame that we've lost James Archer.
Yeah,
after
no
last
Archer
night.
tonight.
Fingers crossed he won't be out for too long. So you know, again, because of that, you've got to make moves to kind of counteract the fact that Archer's not there. So again, those changes that we kind of should be used to, but you know, they do have an impact on the team. So
Absolutely. But to reflect on the weekend as a whole, 3 out of 6 points against a team that are on form and 2 teams that want to go and win this league this year.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Bite your hand off.
I've got literally nothing else to say. You know what?
Nail
I'm happy with that.
on
I'm
the
happy
head.
with that.
Yeah, just before I go and have a chat with a couple of players, Tambo, we do wish you all the best. We know you had a bit of an accident, mate. We hope you recover soon, because we all know that I can't interview the players all that well. So I'm going to go and do that now, and then we'll catch up afterwards.
Good luck.
Okay, post-game again, it's a 5-3 defeat, as we mentioned, for the Phoenix at the hands of the Basingstoke Bison. I've got another familiar face with me, Sean Thompson. Not an easy win for you, that.
No, it wasn't. No, we made it a little bit hard on ourselves at the end there, but you know, coming down here, it's a horrible place to come. Really, you know, we're in the cabins at the back, and you know, it is a tough place to play. And you know, Manchester have got the firepower, so you have to be careful.
Yeah, we're not here to make it easy for you, Sean. We were just having a chat off camera there. You guys sit at the top of the league. We're not quite sure what happened with results tonight, but you guys are up there. We were just saying it's probably going to go down to the wire.
Yeah, I think it will. You know, so it's a tough league this year, and we just have to keep looking forward, really, rather than looking down and seeing what other people are doing. If we keep winning, it's in our hands.
I've got our man of the match, Phil Hamer, with us. Phil, a good weekend for you yourself. 3 games in 3 nights, a tough schedule. Your first goal for us since returning. Another point on the board tonight. Feeling good?
Yeah, it was a tough weekend, really. I think we played obviously Milton Keynes last night, who were near the top of the league, second. Peterborough tonight, who were top, and then Sheffield obviously on a good run as well. I think we did well to take 3 points. We should have technically took 4 when we had that game in Sheffield on the Friday night, but I guess it didn't quite go our way. But I think we're happy with what we got, really, out of the weekend.
Yeah, I mean, it's starting to look like it's gelling for yourself out there. I know the last time we spoke to you, you said, you know, you're still making that shift from inline to playing on the ice. You're starting to look far more comfortable. We saw there was a moment in there in the second, you know, good hands in there. You're working your way around defenders. Is that just coming from being on the ice week after week?
Yeah, it's definitely improving. Things are getting better. There's still a lot to work on. I think our line's starting to gel better. We have changed the line up slightly. Jacob's gone on to the second line now, and obviously Gareth's on our line in centre. And I think he adds something to the line. It's good, it's working, I think. So, yeah, I think we've got 3 lines that are going well at the minute.
Yeah, it's good. We'll keep it going. Obviously, we're more than happy to finally have 3 lines and keep them working. You guys keep working on it in training, and hopefully more goals, more points to come from all of you.
Yeah, hopefully, yeah. Another 2 games next weekend. We'll do our best. We'll try and come away with some more points. A good push. Try and move ourselves up the table, really.
Okay, folks, that is all we've got time for this week. Just before we let you go, there is a change to face-off next week. It's Saturday, 8 o'clock. We've got the Sheffield Steel Dogs in town, so we can't wait to see you down here in D-Side. In the meantime, make sure you follow us on all the usual channels, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, of course, YouTube. Keep checking the website for news. Until then, we'll see you next time.